notre troisième boîte à souvenirs.
Welcome to our third memory box.
Fait qu'on va commencer par vous présenter un objet qui est un peu mystérieux. Ça fait penser à quelque chose un peu médiéval.
So we're just going to start today's video by showing you this artifact. We'll give you a little close-up. It's not a medieval torture device. We'll tell you that right off the bat. It's not. But throughout this video, we want you to guess in the comments what you think this is. And then at the end of the video, we'll reveal what this thing actually is.
C'est ça. Fait qu'est-ce que vous pensez que c'est, là, cette patente ici? Qu'est-ce que c'était pour? C'est un peu épeurant, mais en tout cas, il y avait une fonction assez intéressante. Puis on aimerait que vous essayiez de deviner dans les commentaires. Au fur et à mesure, on va checker ça, puis on va vous donner la réponse à la fin.
So today, we've grabbed some artifacts. We've done businesses and things like that, and industries like the fire department. But today, we went through with Bridget's help and found some artifacts related to personal care and grooming.
C'est ça. Fait que qu'est-ce qu'on utilisait dans le temps pour le toilettage, pour se préparer pour une soirée spéciale? Notre coordonnatrice de collection, Brigitte, nous a aidé à amasser ces objets ici. Fait qu'on va explorer un petit peu qu'est-ce qu'on a. Moi, ça, je reconnais ça un petit peu, on dirait d'une petite sacoche, mais il y a quelque chose de spécial, de ça je comprends. Fait que si tu l'ouvres, ça va être ta sacoche.
Okay, a little change purse, all the little things in it.
Oui,
Okay,
c'est ça.
yeah,
Fait que tu peux mettre ton change, une clé pour
Okay.
la maison. Puis ici, qu'est-ce que tu penses que ça c'était pour? Qu'est-ce que ça fait penser à?
Well, I see a hinge, so I presume it pops open.
Ouais, il y avait peut-être une photo. Ouais, j'ai pas.
Oh, you have
Oh! Ah!
Okay, there's your little compact.
Fait que c'était comme une petite boîte à poudre.
And
En plus
there's
d'une
still powder
sacoche.
in it too, and a little.
Encore
I guess
de la
that'd be
poudre.
your little mirror as well.
Hey. Wow, il y a encore de la poudre dedans. C'est quand même c'est spécial, hein? Ça dure longtemps. Fait que, en plus de ça, il y a quelque chose. Moi, je savais même pas que ça existait, là, mais apparemment, il y avait du papier à poudre que tu pouvais utiliser pour voir si jamais tu avais la peau un peu huileuse.
Yeah, now I used to work in the 90s at the Toronto Eaton Centre. I stocked some shelves at the body shop, not the car body shop, but the soaps and stuff like that.
Oui.
And then ended up selling stuff on the floor. But they came up with a product that we presumed was new, but in fact quite an old product called, this one's called papier poudré. But we called them blotting papers.
OK.
And so if you didn't want to put more powder on, but you got shiny, because you see in the movies and stuff, oh, I'm shiny, powder them up to get.
Ça.
These were little pieces of paper that you'd tear out and you'd blot.
Pour enlever un peu
De l'huile, to take the oil off you. So with that, some of them
Pour
did.
que ça brille, là.
That's right. Some of them did have a little bit of powder, but the idea wasn't to get powder onto the face. It was to remove oil and shine from the face. So these little blotty papers would actually, if you're oily like me, I would do it. We did it for fun. Like, all the girls were, oh, I love it. You try it, because I'm an oily guy. So I took one, and you could literally see through the paper when it was done.
Ah, wow!
It
Ça fonctionne
absorbs
vraiment,
so much
là.
oil.
Est-ce
Yeah.
que celui-là, il y a de la poudre dessus en plus?
Well, it says papier poudré, so there
Ça
would
se fait
have
dans le
been
temps.
just
Ouais.
the lightest little bit of powder.
OK.
But that really, they called it powder paper. It was paper to substitute for powder, as opposed,
Okay.
but the ones that we had just the lightest little bit of powder, but that wasn't the intention. It was really blotter paper that you would stick on your face and blot around and throw away. Yeah.
Ah, c'est tellement spécial. C'est beau comme objet en plus. Papier poudré. Fait qu'en plus de ça, mais il faudrait aussi explorer quand on mettait des senteurs comme des parfums. On a un produit ici que ça se peut qu'il y a des gens qui vont reconnaître. C'est une compagnie qui était quand même assez populaire, de ça je comprends. Brillantine. Laurie Brillantine. On peut le sentir, on va pas l'ouvrir, là, mais je le sens déjà comme ça.
It says Lori Perfumers, Toronto, Los Angeles, Boston.
Ça sent comme floral.
It's really like, I remember my grandmother's generation, everything had to be floral and strongly floral. for it to still smell like that today, that's a pretty strong
Ouais, hein?
floral
Faut que ça
fragrance.
dure
Yeah,
si
yeah.
longtemps. Wow.
Yeah.
Puis, c'est quoi ça? Du déodorant.
What's it called?
Du
Yeah,
déodorant.
but what's the snow mist.
Snow mist.
So it's an
Comme-
early
comme la
aerosol deodorant spray.
Ah, ok, c'est un spray, c'est
Oui.
un aérosol.
Yeah, so I imagine snow mist meant it was probably very cooling
Ah,
and
ok,
probably
oui.
white and powdery,
C'est
so it had that.
rafraîchissant,
Yeah,
ouais,
yeah.
ouais. C'est innovateur quand même, hein? C'est comme...
And it's an old tin, but it was a spray. Yeah,
Cool.
spray deodorant.
Quoi d'autre qu'on a ici? Est-ce que toi, tu pourrais nous parler de ça? Je suis moins familière. Je pense que c'est pour,
Pour les
les
hommes?
femmes. Oui, pour les hommes, oui, oui.
So there's some shaving products here that we have, and if you've seen any old westerns or anything that takes place in sort of pioneer days, somebody invariably gets shaved. So you'd see
Ah
this.
oui, on voit ça dans les films.
Yeah. So the straight razor, and there's usually it's almost always sort of a threatening thing where somebody's shaving and they hold it to their throat.
Oui, on
And
sait pas
I remember a
c'est quoi
scene from The Color Purple, where she's shaving the abusive husband, and she's basically saying, "You're not going to abuse it," and then the little trickle of blood, because like it's a pretty. People today they're horror movie things, but back in the day, this was. You went to a barbershop, they'd sharpen it on a leather strap, and they'd go up against the grain, and they were fast and quick with it, with very few injuries.
Fait que
They were good at it.
C'est un rasoir qui allait directement sur la peau, là. C'est ça qui
Yeah.
rasait les barbes et les moustaches. Wow. Est-ce qu'ils utilisent encore ça aujourd'hui? Est-ce qu'ils ont repris une popularité?
Yes, there was a barber shop in Toronto when I lived there that you could go and do the old school. He was trained. You had to be trained how to sharpen, and it had the leather strap hanging from the chair and things like that.
Okay.
So a bit of a throwback, but everything like this kind of is resurging a little bit. But
Oui, tu t'en vois
certainly
plus.
not with your 5-blade Gillette, multi-blade
C'est ça.
days.
Puis tu dis leather strap, ça c'est en
Oui.
cuir, c'était pour tailler, non pas tailler, c'était pour aiguiser.
Aiguiser, oui.
Aiguiser
Yeah,
le
so
rasoir.
exactly, yeah. So when you see people making knives and stuff, they sharpen on a grinder, but there's still those little micro inclusions. So to get it fine, they would actually rub it on very fine sandpaper, and then eventually to get all those little barbs off, they would rub it on a strap of leather.
Ok, fait
That
qu'il y
would-
avait des étapes là. Ça
Yeah,
allait
oh,
faire
yeah.
de pierre
Exactly.
à papier sablé
Yeah.
à cuir
Yeah.
pour la fin, pour la
That's it. So
finition.
that got you literally razor sharp. But then you would have usually a cup with a big bar of soap in it. You put some water in, you take your little shaving brush, lather all over, and what that would do is soften your skin and raise all the hair in a position where it's ready to
Pour que
be
c'était plus
raised.
facile. Fait que c'était vraiment comme du savon dans de l'eau, dans un verre.
That's right, yes.
Que ça faisait comme une genre de...
It was a mug of some kind, a tin mug or something, and it usually on the inside of it would have a little place for you to hang your razor
Ok,
as you're
c'était
working
vraiment
with it.
pour ça. Là.
Oh yeah, and that's how I learned to shave.
T'as appris à te raser
Yeah,
comme ça, la
because this
façon
stuff,
traditionnelle.
when people got used to this stuff, you're talking personal grooming, it was a lot to change your routine. So my father grew up with these little razors that you twist and take the two-sided razor out.
Okay.
And the only razor in the house at the time were these types of razors.
Ton père utilisait ça dans quelle année? À peu près, t'en souviens-tu?
I started shaving when I was about 13, so 1983, but
Dans
he would
les
have been
années
using,
80.
oh yeah, but he would have been using this since he was a teenager.
Oui, c'est ça.
I doubt very much he used the straight razor, but he may have. But this definitely, growing up as a young adult into adulthood, it would have been this type of razor.
Fait que
So-
ça se rapproche des rasoirs qu'on connaît plus aujourd'hui un petit peu. Là.
Exactly, yes. So it came with a pre-made razor that when it got dull, you quite often would just unscrew this, it would open up, you'd throw the razor out, put a new razor
Tu
in.
remplaces la lame.
That's right. So this little tin though, this is a Colgate, so an early Colgate product.
Ah, je connais la marque.
Shaving stick, the magic wand of shaving. And what you see in the picture, there's no cup with soap and lather. It appears as though they would maybe wet their face, put this on, probably was cocoa butter or something like that, with some sort of soap, and then they would use their brush and lather it up. So it avoided the step of
Okay.
having to have a big cup.
Fait qu'au lieu du savon dans l'eau, dans le verre d'eau, c'est comme un bâtonnet
Yeah.
de la même genre de solution, là, mais un savon quelconque. Tu mettais directement sur ta face.
That's right.
Est-ce qu'il fallait que tu le mettes dans de l'eau? Désolée, j'ai manqué ça. Tu mettais direct sur ta face?
I don't know, but I
trempais?
would presume you wet your face, and then there was enough
ouais.
water on your face that you could do it.
Probablement.
And then this product, Rolls Razor, this little device here, since it was expensive to get pre-made
On dirait des
razors.
sardines.
Yeah, so it's not sardines. But this is actually a sharpener.
Ah, comme que tu
For,
disais.
yeah, for these types of razors. You'd actually put your little razor in the little slot, and
Okay.
as you pulled this lever up, it would run the razor over this sort of rubberized gridded thing, and there's a one on the outside as well, so that's your stropping.
Okay.
You're essentially stropping disposable razors at the time to make them last a little bit longer, saving you some money.
Fait que ça venait avec ton petit kit, là. Tu pouvais aiguiser ton rasoir avec ça.
That's right.
Puis
Yeah.
j'imagine en voyageant, tu pouvais facilement amener ça avec toi.
That's it, yeah. If you only have one blade, but you have this with you, you can keep using that one blade and not have to carry a bunch of blades around.
Ouais.
Cool.
Fait que ça, je reconnaissais un petit miroir. On dit que toutes les femmes, toutes les filles avaient quelque chose comme ça dans leur meuble de toilette.
Well, brushing the hair 100 times or whatever.
C'est ça, là. Ah, j'ai une grosse soirée, là.
And speaking of hair, we do have some implements over here. that
Oui,
is-
oui, des instruments pour les cheveux. Fait que ça, qu'est-ce qu'on a ici? C'est pesant, là. Ah, mais ils ont mis un petit rose, fait que c'est féminin un petit peu. J'imagine que c'était pour sécher les cheveux.
It's
C'est
an
un
old hair
séchoir.
dryer, yeah.
Wow.
Heavy duty, but that was an old hair dryer. Using the same technology, a motor that blew hot air over a heated coil. Just probably electric-wise and stuff, probably not as safe maybe as today, and everything's made of plastic. But this was an early automated hair dryer.
Et je me demande si ça prenait vraiment longtemps.
Yeah, what's the output, right? And
C'est ça.
that heavy to be
En
to have to
plus,
sit
ça
there.
fatigue les bras, mais
Yeah.
c'est intéressant, c'est un bel objet.
And what do you think this thing is that looks like gardening shears?
Ah, moi, j'ai deviné que c'était pour, juste à cause de la forme, là, si tu l'ouvres, je pense que c'était pour friser les cheveux, ça se peut-tu?
It is a hair curler.
Mais c'est tellement mince!
Yeah,
C'est pour
for
faire
your
des
little
petits-
ringlets.
petits-
Little
oui,
ringlets,
c'est
yeah.
ça.
So you heat that up because it's not electric.
Comment?
Well, judging by the surface, you would have heated it on an oven or on a
Le
stove
poêle.
or something like that until it
Okay.
was hot enough.
OK, dans le
Uh,
feu? Pas.
Not directly in the
No.
something like a stove or something that had
Okay.
elements or something like
C'est
that. But you would actually put your hair in there and you'd curl it up and you'd wait and then you'd have to go reheat it.
C'est un long processus. Oh là
Yeah,
là.
not constant heat. You'd have to reheat that over and over and over. But that's your early hair curler for little tiny ringlets. Yeah, yeah.
Mais qu'est-ce qui arrive si tu voulais faire comme tous tes cheveux en même temps?
Well, you booked a day. you booked
Puis
a day
il
to
fallait
do
qu'il
them
y ait
all.
plusieurs, puis des gens qui
Yeah,
t'aident.
yeah.
Mais.
I don't think that would be a daily routine. That would be
No.
a special occasion.
D'accord.
Yeah.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a? Ouais,
Well, this
ça.
is kind of funny. This is called baby's toilet.
Toilette pour bébé.
So, little bit.
Ah.
So it has a little picture and a little shoe and a little brush, but really, that probably had bum cream or some sort of
Une petite
lotion.
crème pour les fesses,
yeah.
oui, oui, pour
But
les faufounes.
What got me was this little thing here that says, I called it dodo matches because it's D-O-D-O matches, and Bridget said, no,
Dodo,
that's doo-doo matches.
Ah, des allumettes, pas pour dormir, hein?
No,
Pour allumer une
doo-doo.
chandelle pour
So when little baby lays a stink bomb, it's a match to light the
Si
smell
ça
of it.
pue,
Yeah.
t'allumais une petite allumette.
That's it. So they were called,
C'est pour le bébé, là.
yeah, they were called doo-doo matches.
Ah, c'est mignon. Des allumettes de caca.
And then this was just something that we found as well, a little travel kit. This is how important appearance was back then. They were actually little brushes,
OK.
and it looks like bone or ivory.
Ah, oui.
So very, very nice brushes.
Puis c'était pour voyager, t'amenais ça avec toi pour
You'd
voyager?
have that with you to travel, and you'd use it to brush off pants, clothes. Like you didn't have a lint brush
okay.
at the time, but
D'accord.
you'd have this to brush your clothes to get ready for your outing. Yeah.
Wow.
But a little traveling kit, so obviously quite important. But beautiful, but like you can see that's bone or ivory,
Oui,
very,
oui,
very
oui, oui.
nice. Yeah.
Ouais, c'est un bel objet, ça aussi.
Yeah.
Ah, ben là, on se prépare, est-ce qu'on sort? Il y a un événement ce soir. Mais moi, je suis encore curieuse là, de
This
cette
thing here?
patente-là.
Well,
là.
we want to encourage people. If you have pictures of stuff in your house that maybe you used to use or don't anymore, your grandparents did, share it. Oh my God, I remember doing this, or I remember my grandparents or my parents even doing certain things and using a certain product. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe this stuff's familiar to you.
Ouais, ça se peut qu'il y ait des choses ici qui vous donnent des souvenirs, mais si vous avez des objets à la maison que vos grands-parents, votre famille utilisaient, on veut voir des photos. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose ici qui vous rappelle des souvenirs? Est-ce que vous avez d'autres items qu'on n'a peut-être pas vus? Moi, je m'en souviens de la senteur de quand ma mère allait friser les cheveux de ma grand-mère. Elle faisait ça comme une fois quelques semaines. Là.
Was it like a perfume or it was just a specific product smell that you remember?
C'était un produit très très fort pour. C'était comme une
perm.
permanente.
Okay,
Oui, c'est ça.
Yeah, so chemicals. So the last thing that we have on the table here that if you look at it, before you take this little thing off, you might not know what it is, but if you take the guard off it, it actually looks very, very familiar. I've got very short hair, and this was manual shears, so it actually works the same way as electric shears. So as you clipped, as you clipped, but today's shears just do this very, very fast.
C'est ça, c'est manuel celui-là.
So this would have been
la barbe, les cheveux.
Both, yeah. Whatever you were going to shave down without wanting to shave with a razor, it left enough stubble that but you could feel that there's a thumb hole there and a place for the other finger. So they would sit there. They would.
Okay.
Quite often they would take a comb to a certain height and just go across it because you didn't have electric shears. So they were manual like that. I'm very familiar with this type of device.
T'as utilisé ça?
No, the electric ones.
Ah oui.
Especially during
Mais
COVID.
imagine ça, là.
Yeah, I can't imagine. You'd have to be good at it, and you'd have very, very strong hands by the time you were done.
Ben, les barbiers, là, c'était vraiment respecté. C'était les seuls qui pouvaient mettre ce symbole-là là, avec les lignes.
And that goes way back to like Civil War stuff, because they were barbers, but they actually used the same implements to do things like amputations on the battlefield. And that's what those were. They were up there in terms of almost like medics before they became just barbers. So that's the symbolism of the red and the white and stuff is like bloody bandages. That's what that actually is.
Ah, fait qu'il y avait d'autres rôles dans le temps.
Oh,
C'était pas juste pour les cheveux.
Yeah, they were specialists in instruments.
Okay.
So you wanted someone that could wield something quickly on a battlefield or something.
D'accord, ils étaient très manuels et puis ils faisaient des amputations. Oh là là, ok, c'est quelque chose.
So now you think twice when you see the.
Ça fait penser au film de Tim Burton.
Which one?
Where he's
Edward Scissorhands.
No, him and his. No, that one too.
Oh, the barber.
And it's really dirty.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. I should know that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. So back to this. Thank you for your guesses. If you guessed, it's actually related to the theme that we're talking about.
Oui, il y a un lien avec ceci. Cet instrument-là, si vous vous en souvenez.
It's an electric hair curler.
Fait que c'est une machine à bigoudi électrique. C'était pour faire friser vos cheveux.
So you would actually sit with, instead of plastic curlers, you'd have metal curlers.
Chaud.
You'd clamp those on and send an electrical pulse through them to heat it up slowly, and there's gauges and everything, and that's how you would dry your hair.
Ah, c'était pour sécher les cheveux.
Not dry hair. No, sorry, not dry hair. To curl your hair.
D'accord.
So imagine today we see all those like 1950s, 60s, 70s where the women are sitting with the big dryer over their head. Can you imagine sitting with a bank of these clipped to people's heads?
Wow, j'aimerais tellement trouver une image de quelqu'un comme ça dans ses cheveux.
In use, yeah.
Oui.
Let's track one down.
On va essayer.
Yeah.
Si vous avez des images de ça, là, on veut voir.
I love that machine. I love it. If we get more questions about that downstairs than anything else.
Ça, on l'avait mis en montre dans une de nos présentoirs, puis ça suscite beaucoup de curiosité parmi nos visiteurs. C'est comme, qu'est-ce que c'est? Puis on veut qu'ils demandent ça, fait que là, on crée des petites conversations avec eux. Fait que voilà, merci encore une fois, c'était bien le fun. On aura toute une autre collection pour vous la semaine prochaine.
Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week with something else, another collection of artifacts. they-
pour ça. Là.
Oh yeah. So
Lauren to the reception desk, please. That's Lauren to the reception desk. Thank you.
we'll keep going.